I'm so excited about my next two guests. I know they always laugh because I'm just like overly excited. Look at my hat. You got to see my shirt too. All right. So let's talk about one of my favorite movies of all time. Okay. It's called Life in the Doghouse and the Incredible Men Behind It. So Life in the Doghouse tells the inspiring life stories of Danny Robertshaw and Ron Danta and their remarkable work at Danny and Ron's rescue. 10 years and 10,000 dogs later. And now at this point, those numbers have been elevated. Okay. Their unique approach to life and dog rescue will capture hearts and inspire millions to make the right choices when it comes to man's best friend. From Life in the Doghouse and Danny and Ron's rescue, welcome to the FayWhat show. Danny, Danny and Ron, there, okay, are back on the FayWhat show to talk about a great event that we've got locally. How are you, boys? How you doing?
We are great. Thank you for having us.
Good.
It's so good to have you back here. You know that it's been almost a year since you were here last, right?
Yeah.
It's frightening.
It is.
That's the right words to explain it. So much has happened before then, you know, in that time. So much has happened from last year to this
all
year.
in 1 year.
And all in 1 year. You know, the elections happened. They didn't go how we wanted, you know. How did you guys get through that, you know? How did you guys, like, did you even think about that kind of stuff?
Yes, we're still trying to think about, or not think about it now.
Yeah.
It's trying to run from it, actually.
Yeah.
We don't watch a lot of news right now.
But that's a good thing to do. You know, we've got a long time that we're going to have to deal with the new administration. If we get burned out now by watching too much on TV, we're not going to be there to fight. At least that's what I think.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. It's wasted energy right now to get all undone.
Yeah.
The bad's happened already, and we have to figure out how to make better for next time.
We all have to stay strong and go from our hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that also spills over into doggy love and doggy rescue and all that kind of love. We were talking before the show about, like the world is super heavy, right? You know, and it's like, oh my God, what's going to happen in the future, right? We've got to stop and look down at our 2 feet and know where we're standing and go, what can I do right now?
Right.
You know,
Definitely.
and you know, so but how have you been since the year? I know you got new knees, right?
I got a new knee, but you know, Faye, it's been hard because we're based in South Carolina, so we were very close to North Carolina where all the damage from the hurricane was in Asheville. So we took 9 vehicles up there and took thousands and thousands of dollars of supplies from pet food, cat food, and gasoline and generators and everything. We went with 9 vehicles up there, and that was very hard to see, but it was very moving that the people were so appreciative of the help.
Yeah. Wow.
Just on a side note with that, the main place where we stopped, which expelled stuff to everywhere else almost, but it was called Sister Kitty Rescue.
Oh, I love that.
But we had no idea why it was Sister Kitty.
Why is it? Because it was 2 lesbians.
Well, no. There were full habit nuns there. And they marched into those trailers and put 50-pound bags of food over their shoulders.
In the whole garb and everything?
Yeah, everything.
Oh, my God. See, that would have gone viral. You imagine nuns walking around with that's literally what they were doing.
We thought they were there to pray for the mission.
Oh, my God. That's Sister Kitty. I don't care who you are, but I'm going to start following you on social media just by that. And my apologies for thinking that it was a lesbian organization. But I love it. I love it.
We had no idea what it was. And then we put the 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I love that.
Lovely people, too.
God, so you're talking about Asheville. So much has happened in this last week, and you've had to help with a lot of these atrocious things that have happened, you know? The fires in LA, we were also talking about that. All the dogs that were displaced.
And horses, too. We have so many friends that had to move everything.
Yeah.
And lost everything, too.
And lost everything.
The hardest thing, Faye, that we, just as our organization thinks, is so many times when there's hurricanes, the fires, everything like that, we are not big on going in and taking the dispersed animals. Mm-hmm. When we go in, we always ask for the dogs or cats that were in the shelters before, because those people haven't had time to look for their pets.
Yeah.
So we don't want to go in and take their pets.
Yes.
And so some organizations have swept in and just collected dogs that were roaming around. And I feel badly for that because those owners haven't had a chance to even look for them.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't have cars. They don't have a house.
Yeah. They don't have anything. So,
no.
I mean, and they're looking for their family member. You know,
Yeah,
like
no, and
I
that's what
can't even imagine
I
that.
mean. We always say, give us the dogs that were in the shelter way before
Yeah.
the fire hit or the hurricane hit or whatever. So
Yeah, yeah. Boys, the rescue game has always been. It's sad, okay? I can't find another adjective really. It's sad, right? And on a regular day, rescue is difficult, but it seems to be getting harder and harder. Rescuing takes everything out of you. You start to lose faith in humanity when you hear the horror stories of people. We were just talking about a few before the show. And I know you folks at home know the horror stories, right? We know when it's freezing outside and your neighbor left a dog outside. It's like, what the F is wrong with you, right? That is on the lower scale of how bad things can be sometimes,
Very much so.
Give me a success story. Can you give me a success story that happened this past year?
Yeah, we've had, numerous success stories. We have one little dog that, was hit by a car. The owner duct taped the leg. The leg fell off. She took it to a shelter to see if it could be put back on. And her name is Mia. And
the lady's name, because I'm writing it down.
No. The dog's name is Mia. But Mia just came last week down to Wellington and went to her new home. We had to amputate, but the lady has made her own Facebook page, her own Instagram page for Mia.
Oh, I love that.
And, this happens day in and day out. But, the big thing is everybody needs to remember animals don't have a voice, so we have to be their voice.
Yeah, we've got to. We've got to be. It's come on. We all love our furry friends, right? And they're the ones who, no matter what, are happy to greet us when we come through the door. It could be the worst day, right? And it's just something about their love. How many dogs do you have right now sleeping on your bed?
Well,
sleeping on your bed.
On my bed, probably about 16.
16. 16, okay? So Ron is a tall dude, I get it. But they've got to have like a California king to fit. Okay, I have a modest queen size bed. And it's me and my wife, and we're not little Cubans. We're not little people. We're pretty big. And then we've got like 2 dogs here, 2 dogs there. So we have about 5. And there is no moving around at night because you will hear.
Yeah, and no getting up to the bathroom.
No, you can't. Because that's that yummy time. You know that yummy time? It's about 2 hours before you really have to get up, right? And the right dog will put all their weight on a certain part of your body, and it's like, I gotta pee, but I'm not moving. I gotta pee, but I'm not moving.
Well, I hate to tell you, we're old, so we have to move.
So you have to move.
we can't wait 2 hours, Faye.
Oh my God, 16 pups. Okay, think about that.
The problem too is you can't go from room to room because if one dog hears, if it's anywhere within 2 hours of breakfast time, and one dog hears a door handle or a flush or
anything, they know.
It gets them started, and then the entire house is just a cacophony of craziness.
Well, and that's how it goes, right? Like, that's why I have a big sign outside my house that says, please don't knock on please don't ring the doorbell. And it literally says, please don't ring the doorbell or my dogs will go ape shit and then I'll be pissed. It literally says that. How many times does the doorbell ring? All day, okay? Because Amazon can't read, you know what I mean? So, or the other side of it, another little thing that can happen is like you want those potato chips, right? You never eat potato chips, but you want potato chips. And the sound of that bag.
Oh, yes.
Anything like that.
All the dogs know, and they're ready, So name the 16 pups that are on your bed.
Well.
All right, there's Sweet Pea, there's Mirzy. There's Speckles, there's Tonto, there's Tilly,
Isabel,
Orchid, and then Onyx. Let's see, I gotta keep going. Sissy.
All of them, the kid down there.
And the other 6.
Yes.
I just want to know, because I know you lost a ton of weight recently. Still don't understand how you fit 16 pups. Because to me, they're people. Okay? To me, they're people.
Well, they sleep on your head. They sleep between your legs. They sleep everywhere.
They sleep wherever they want.
And a lot of them are Chihuahuas. So if you go to try to move, all you hear is, under the tape, under the covers. So
those little chihuahuas have sharp teeth, okay? They are, like, again, people are afraid of the Great Danes, okay? People are afraid of the pit bulls because we have a very misunderstanding down here when it comes to pit bulls. About the only thing that I have ever agreed with our governor is that he turned that around. There is no pit bull ban anymore in Miami-Dade, okay? Because that was just ridiculous. Humans are the ones who train dogs into being fighting or bad dogs, okay? Humans, it's your fault when there's something wrong with your pup, okay? There's training, there's different things that you should do. I have a neighbor, her dog's always running away. I told her put an Apple tag on him, right? Yep. But she refuses to get him fixed. And when he wants to get some ass, he's gonna get some ass.
And that's what's gonna cause a fight and hurt somebody.
Or have him, God forbid, get hit by a car, which can so easily happen. I'm always telling you guys, Apple tags are the way to go, okay? That way on your phone, you can see where your dog is all the time. I have it attached to all my pets. My poor little kitten is like walking around like this because the air tag is too heavy. I don't care, okay? I'm going to make sure they never get lost,
80% of all dogs hit on the highway are unaltered males because they're looking for the female.
Yeah,
that's a statistic.
And so many people, just because they adopt a puppy or get one or buy one, that they think that makes them trainers.
Yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't.
No, and then you can't have 3 kids in the house and a wife and you all giving it different commands and expecting it to learn.
No, you can't.
But they don't face any realities. They never look at the realities before they do the deed.
Yeah. Around Christmas time, I'm constantly posting, like, please don't give, as much as I want a home for every single dog on this planet, I'm like, please don't give a baby as a baby puppy as a gift for Christmas, right? You don't know what the other side is expecting, knows, doesn't know, wants, it's a toy. Let me just, it's cute. I can carry it around for a little bit. And then it's not cute anymore after a while,
We get those in March. Usually around March when they're done because the puppies have eaten the cords, peed on the carpets and stuff. So we always get an influx of Christmas puppies around March.
The puppy breath goes away, right? That's around that time.
They don't want to deal with all the problems of raising a puppy.
Well, all you dog lovers out there, I know that you're with us and all the, when you talk to somebody, dogs unite us all. Pets unite us all. I love to travel to other countries and take pictures of dogs that are roaming, that are with their pets, that are being walked by other people. Because I miss my dogs when I'm on vacation, right? So I will always find out how to say, can I take a picture of your dog in whatever language it is where I'm going?
Right.
And you can see the stern guy walking down the street with his dog looking all pissed, right? And then I'll say, ¿Puedo tomar una foto a tu perrito? And all of a sudden the person, yes, of course. Sí, claro. And it's like, and that's going from Turkey, Egypt, Greece, like all these different places that the just your whole face changes when you talk about your baby. That's how it should be.
No, the interesting thing, Faye, we had up to 167 dogs in our house, in South Carolina. And those dogs, they don't judge each other if they're brown, black, white, long-haired, short-haired.
Big or little.
That's the beautiful thing about dogs. Yeah. They don't judge each other.
Yeah, they don't. They don't. And, I'm blessed I have rescue and fosters coming in and out of my house. And it's a blessing when you see a Great Dane and a Chihuahua being besties. Like, they don't know that that there's a difference in anything with them. They just like each other and want to spend time together. Yeah. Don't you wish the whole world was like that?
We would have a better planet.
We would have a much better planet. So we've got a movie screening of Life in the Doghouse at the Sabre Cinema coming up in partnership with Pride Fort Lauderdale. It's going to be March, right?
Yep, March 1st.
March 1st at 6 p.m. So tell us a little bit about the movie.
Well, it's a documentary actually, but it flows like a movie. Mm-hmm. And so it's not all that boring. It's pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
But it just sort of shows how we started and what the catalysts were that made us learn to be crazy and do what we're doing.
And have over 150 pups in your home.
Yes, and figure out how to pay for them and all of that. And so it was in the much earlier stages. Even though at that time, how many had we adopted at that point?
At the end of the movie, we adopted 11,000. Now we're at 14,500. So
I was going to tell you, because that's been, I saw Life in the Doghouse during COVID. And here we are in 2025, you know, and we get to have a screening here in South Florida, which is awesome because a lot of, you know, it's not, of course, it's not just for LGBTQ plus, you know, our allies are completely always invited, but in LGBT, a lot of us don't have children. A lot of us don't like children, right? And dogs are our kids, you know, so I personally consider Life in the Doghouse a love story because you see how Ron and Danny have their own relationship, you know, as a married couple, and like, you know, and then they incorporate these 150 plus dogs, and every day there's a new calamity going on and fires that they have to put out. And, you know, like I asked you the last time you were in my bed, like we need an update. We need like life still in the doghouse, or, you know, because here you are at 14,000 dogs now, you know?
Well, and, you know, in the process of all of this, and partly because of COVID, we've developed several different programs that are important to us. And one is the elderly program, and we sign up with Meals on Wheels in Palm Beach every year, and they call it Animeals, and that's to help people who can't afford their own food practically or get to it.
Yeah,
it's to help them with vet bills and their dog food. Then we have
we have a veterans program. We help veterans keep their dogs. And then we have a disabled program.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And then we have our outreach program, which we help people that, like, let's say their dachshund jumped off the bed and is paralyzed and it's going to have to be put to sleep if it doesn't get spinal surgery. And so we have an outreach program where we help people with surgeries.
Wow.
And then we have our general request program that helps feed and pay the vet bills and do all that sort of stuff. So,
how many volunteers do you boys have now?
We don't have many volunteers. We only have employees.
You have your staff.
We just have, we have 33 employees.
Okay, but that's not a lot. That's not a lot when you think about just like, you know, the magnitude.
It's a lot, yet it isn't. It's
a
lot when it's in our house and
we're
trying to live there.
Because they're there 24 hours a day.
Yeah, so like, do you wake up to go do your coffee and you know, one of your workers is there, hey, what's going on?
They come in at midnight and do eye meds on the dogs laying in the bed, and, you know, there's no privacy whatsoever. That's why we're crazy, Faye.
No, and I love that. That's why you're crazy. That's how it is. And all you folks get to meet them on March 1st, which is fantastic. What can we expect March 1st at the Savor Cinema?
Well, we're going to do appetizers for everybody.
Love it.
And the bar will be open. And we're going to do a Q&A afterwards. And we're very excited to invite anybody in this area to please come and support our movie.
Yes, and it's going to be awesome. And guess who's hosting? Me! I had to slide myself in there. So Jennifer, who is incredible, who works for you guys as well, I was like, okay, but I got to host this. Yes, I'll help you, but I got to host it. She's like, okay, no problem. I had to twist her arm for it. So it's going to be a lot of fun, but get your tickets at pridefortlauderdale.org. You can do that, pridefll.org. You can also get it at DannyandRonsRescue.org as well, correct? So get your tickets however possible, because it's going to be a whole lot of fun. You said the last time that you were here that you had been approached about doing some more reality. And I know that a lot of stuff has happened since then. Is that still something that you want to do, or have you put it to the back burner?
Well, we've put it on the back burner for a while. Right now we don't have time to do anything else because we're full-time horse trainers too. And so we have 24 horses. In Wellington right at the moment, and all the customers, and we really don't have spare moments to make anything happen like that right now.
No, I get it. I totally get it. And Wellington, the horses, that's your bread and butter. That is how you make everything happen.
We don't draw a salary from the rescue, so that we just donate our house, our time, and everything. So that's how we make a living, is the horses.
And you're still taking the dogs to the horse shows and stuff like that?
Yeah, we have our booth at the horse show in Wellington, and we've been open 3 weeks, and we've gotten 28 dogs adopted.
Oh, my God. So, that's awesome! Oh, I'm so excited. I'm just like, they bring me joy, right? They make me happy, and I understand, like, their job is never going to be finished. It's never going to be completed. But you inspire others, and like I told you, I changed a lot of my rules for rescuing after I met you guys, especially after I saw your movie as well, your documentary, right? You know, like I started telling, you know, because dogs know if you're a rescuer, they show up at your house, all right? They just do, you know? And I started telling people, just like you folks do, if you don't want your pup after you've adopted it, bring them back to me. I will take care of the dog until it passes. It will be part of my little family, and that is what it is. And I learned that from you guys, you know? So I say
a lifetime promise.
Lifetime promise.
That's our words.
That's
lifetime
it.
promise.
If I help you get your bundle of joy, and for whatever reason, you no longer want to be with the bundle of joy, I'm gonna kick your ass, but I'm gonna take the dog and make sure that it's okay.
Well, Ron Davis, that created the movie and pestered us to thinking it could actually be one. He was just enamored with the idea that about the promise, for number one, and about if we take it, we're going to look after it forever.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Yeah.
And just the fact that we're willing to give that much, you know, to the dogs. We had no idea even then that we were going to grow like we have, but it's been an adventure.
Yeah.
And
I mean, 10 years from now, if something happens to you health-wise or you don't want the dog, we pay and send transport and pick them up and they come back to us.
That's incredible. That really is incredible. And that is just, you know, that's something that you're called to do. That's something that, excuse me, that, you know, you both are angels at the end of the day. And you know this. I don't have to tell you
I think we're
that,
crazy.
You know. Well, you're crazy angels.
sometimes when I hit the pillow, I don't feel angelic.
You're like, F this, what am I doing? And then you wake up like Groundhog Day and start all over again. You know, it's just, it's well, so March 1st is going to be awesome. Please come out and get your tickets. Go to Pride Fort Lauderdale, get your tickets there. You can also go to Danny and Ron's Rescue and also get your tickets there as well. I'm going to be hosting. It's going to be a lot of fun. Appetizers, you get to see the incredible movie, and you also have a Q&A afterward with the boys. So you definitely don't want to miss that. You know, if you love your pets, you should be there. No guilt trip, but if you love your pets, you should be there with us on March 1st, all right? That's all I gotta say. Danny, Robertshaw, and Ron Danta, thank you so much for being on the FayWhat show from Danny and Ron's Rescue. Make sure that you follow them on all social media outlets, okay? And if you can donate, please do so, okay? And if you're near Wellington and you're gonna go to one of the horse shows, say hello. Say, hey, I really love and respect what you're doing, okay? From a distance, all right? You know. 'Cause they have stalkers, all right? See you all on March 1st. Then watch Life in the Doghouse on Prime Video, Amazon, or Google Play. But watch it on the big screen with us at Savor Cinema, downtown Fort Lauderdale, March 1st. Anything you want to tell to our viewers?
Just please come and watch our movie. I think you'll really enjoy it.
Right?
Right.
You heard it from the boys.
Yep, it's a lot of fun. And you might bring tissues. It's not...
I cried.
It's not tragically sad, but it has emotional moments.
It does.
But it's also very heart-feeling in the end.
It does, right? And if you love pets, and if you've had a pet in your life, then, you know, you've gone through those emotions yourself, right? And it's kind of like, you know, it goes with the territory, right?
It also has some good funny parts, too.
It does. It does. Oh, come on. At the end of the day, no offense. At the end of the day, they're two gay boys, okay? So you know that they cray and they're also having a great time, you know? We can all relate to their story. Trust me. Like, when I first wanted to watch the movie because it's about dogs. So anything about dogs, I'm going to watch, right? But then when I saw these two guys, I'm like, how am I going to relate to them, right? Like, I'm a big old Amazon Latina. They're two white guys from Wellington, right? And the first 10 minutes, I was just like enraptured. I was done. I felt like they were my friends. I started stalking them on Facebook. They had a Facebook Live where people had seen the movie. I was stalking them on there. It was crazy. But stalking sometimes helps. Look, you end up with them in your bed. I'm just saying. All right, get your tickets today. We will see you all March 1st at Savor Cinema for Life in the Doghouse.
We're looking forward to it.